We said that we'd never talk tennis on the show, but we found somebody who was carrying a bunch of balls.
Hello, how are you?
How are you?
Pretty good. Just heading to tennis.
Where are you going to play tennis?
Up in Riverdale. Got the White House courts.
Who do you think is the best tennis player in the world right now?
In the whole, well, let me think. Well, you got Roger Federer, which is number one. You got Pete Sampras, which was number one, and for me, it's still number one. Was a really good player, and I think he's gonna be number one for me.
So what did you think about that match that Sampras had with him?
He's a little bit old, but he still played great tennis over there at Madison. It was incredible. I had tickets over there because I just couldn't miss a match like that. It was really incredible.
So what was the house like? What was it like in the arena during that match? Due to the fact that it was Sampras and the new number one player on the planet.
Well, it was an interesting match because you got to see an old school player with one of the new school player. So I don't know, they exchanged like some balls, which is they were really interesting, and you get to see that. Actually, I think for Federer, I think he was
He played
I think he played like the number one, but he tried to give Sampras a little bit of space. He didn't play at his best because I think he played he was really relaxed. He didn't think about okay, I'm just gonna try to beat Sampras.
So he wanted to
make just a game out of it,
which was good for you. You were there. You were there, and you enjoyed it.
Pretty much.
All right.
Pretty much.
One more question. What about the gambling aspect that's been going on in tennis now?
Gambling aspect.
Well, there was a couple of guys over there that were throwing matches for money and then playing for money. Are you for that, against it? You don't like that, or you just like the sport?
In other words, you think there should be gambling in tennis?
Well, in tennis, no. I used to gamble on soccer. So
I'm glad the Pope is here.
in tennis, I did gamble. I did gamble on tennis.
Where are you from? Because we had somebody so
Romania.
far. Romania.
Yeah.
Okay.
I used to gamble in
German,
And what's the most popular game in Romania?
soccer. Soccer is still number one. Then is tennis.
All right. All right.
Soccer, then tennis. Then we have the gymnastics competitions, and that'll be pretty much it.
One more question. Where you're from? What country was that?
Romania.
What is the oldest stadium in Romania? I'd like to compare that to Yankee Stadium.
To Yankee Stadium.
Age, tradition, biggest matches, events to be held.
Events to be held. Well, I'm not sure about, but I think the oldest stadium has about.
How many people can sit down?
Like 30,000.
30,000.
30 or 40,000.
That's pretty big. That's
How
big.
old is that stadium?
Let's say 100. Maybe
Yeah.
100.
A small venue.
Yeah.
Small venue,
Well,
but
it's-
old.
100.
A lot of tradition,
A
right?
lot of tradition for us. Means a lot.
And the
Means a
name of
lot.
that stadium again was?
The national stadium, it's Lia Manoliu, and then the second one, it's Cotroceni.
Okay.
Yeah. Right now we have a lot of concerts going on over there.
Oh, see, you
This
like
summer.
that. Well, look, that's another segment altogether. My good man, thank you for your
Thanks a
time.
lot. Thanks a lot.
I enjoyed this. Thank you very much.
Thank you. You're welcome.
For your investigation. And
All
have
right.
a good one.
All right, you have a good one. Have a good game now.
And now, quick, back from Romania. So listen, what do you think? We thought we would never talk tennis on the show.
You had mentioned that before, but the young man was at one of the greatest events with Federer and Sampras, and it was, even though an exhibition match, it was a good one for the ages, and he was there personally.
There was a whole bunch. He was carrying a whole bunch of balls too. Tennis balls.
When
tennis
you play
balls.
tennis, that's what you got to carry
Tennis
with you.
balls.
Tennis balls.
Do you?
You got to practice
Why,
with it.
how many?
It-
A lot.
Well,
A lot
you
of
got to practice a lot. Practice.
Anyway,
practice,
we're gonna go
practice.
back to the street with this next one. You started off.
I started off, but I'm here. You're there, and we're here with a young lady now. Your name is?
Jackie. And I'm here from the Words of Life Christian Center. And for those of you who have been wondering where Fieldston's, the billiards, went on 240th and Broadway in the Bronx, the Words of Life Christian Center, have now taken over, and we have a great musical taking place on Friday, May 2nd at 8 o'clock. And they are cheap seats on Broadway. It's a musical on Broadway at 240th and Broadway, May 2nd. It's Alegría, el musical, the musical. And it is a big event and the event of the year. And if you've been wondering what happened to Fieldston's, please come and see
What's going on there?
taking place. It's Alegría, el musical. And we have wonderful cast of actors, dances, the music.
Yeah,
it's a beautiful story.
It's a beautiful story. Now, speaking of beautiful stories, Yankee Stadium is getting ready to come down.
Okay.
And how do you feel about that? What are your fondest memories of Yankee Stadium?
The Pope's visit in 1979. I went as a kid.
I love this lady. This lady's on her game.
And
That's one of the
he came
biggest.
back. He came back
And
just.
now we have an even better event taking place
Look
May
at
the
that.
2nd, the
So,
musical.
there you go.
All right,
So-
now this is Cheap Seats.
Cheap seats on Broadway, 240th and Broadway.
That's what we talking. We're sports. Well, I'm gonna ask you a question. You gonna tell me what you want to tell me? All right. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna tell you. First of all, let me give you one of our flash blue cards, so you know who we are, what we're doing.
Don't give them one with the chicken stains on.
No, man, not the chicken. Don't talk about that.
Jail-free card.
Yeah, right. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, now, Al.
One, you're on.
All right, I'm Mr. Bash, and I'm here with a young man. How you doing, sir?
Yes, sir.
So what do you think about the coming down of Yankee Stadium? What's your fondest memory of Yankee Stadium?
Well, I was back in the in the early '60s,
Go ahead, kick it.
where they used to be on top of the roof, really, to try to get a free
look. Okay.
free look at it. you
Well,
know.
there's nothing wrong with that. But what's your most fondest memory of an event in there? Was it an Ali fight, or was it when somebody had a
No,
concert? there?
there was a baseball game there. It was the Yankees and I forgot the other team, but it was fun. Well, it was kind of hot for me because I was in the bleachers at that time.
You was way out there watching the game, but you
Yeah.
did enjoy the game.
Yeah, I did enjoy the game.
How much
Yeah.
were the bleacher tickets back then?
It wasn't. It was very inexpensive.
Very inexpensive, not like today. What do you
like
think
today.
about the prices today that the average family got to pay to go to a game?
Well, they're paying it and they sacrifice it, but the price is very high, man. Especially the scalper tickets.
Oh man.
Because some of them tickets is way up there.
Way up there for the seats, and you know
Yeah.
you shouldn't have paid that price.
Yeah.
Oh man. So tell me, what do you think about also Shea Stadium coming down? Because the
Well, I
Jets
didn't
used
know
to
too
play
much
in.
about that, but I remember they had the World's Fair there at that time.
They had the World's Fair there.
And,
that's-
it was beautiful.
Okay,
The
and
World's Fair. You know where you see all the exhibitions.
I like those events. They're
Yeah.
supposed to be spending a couple of $1 million to fix that
Yeah.
up. Isaiah Thomas has been relieved of his duties as coach of the Knicks. What do you think?
I'm kind of glad you said that. Well, to me, I kind of still like him to a certain extent because that kind of job, you know what I mean? You go through a whole lot of wear and tear when you're making that big salary. You know what I mean? When you
He was wearing like
$60 million for 10 years, it gets like, you get a little, you get kind of,
pressure. There's some pressure there.
well,
if they paying you that money, you got to perform.
yeah, you do perform, but you kind of sometimes you get to the point where you go a little too far out your boundary.
Oh, because I'm making that money, so what?
Yeah.
I'm untouchable.
Yeah. Well, it's not that you're untouchable. It's just that you better be very cautious because somebody can sue you like he got sued.
Ooh. Who do you think should be the next head coach of the New York Knicks?
I don't know who's the lineup.
Well, they're looking at Mark Jackson, also Scott Skiles, formerly of the Chicago Bulls, and I think maybe a college coach.
Oh, maybe Mark Jackson. Maybe.
Mark Jackson is a good pick. Lou Carnesecca under Van Gundy.
Well, Van Gundy where was Van Gundy at one time?
Playoffs? Somebody said playoffs?
Phoenix lost yesterday, so big deal.
What do you mean big deal? We're gonna get him. You see how Shaq's playing?
How
Everybody's been talking about Shaq. He's slow. We don't know what he got left. Did you see that block shot that
Wanna
he did on
ask you
Duncan?
one quick question.
He said, Get
I
it
wanna
out of
ask you a
here.
quick question.
So what the question is?
The question is, how many games does it take? How many games does it take to win the NBA championship?
12.
No, 16.
I'm
Back
talking
to
about the
our
old
person
days.
in the street.
I'm talking
Goodbye.
about the old days.